Welcome to today's webinar on Exhibitor Best Practices at our events. The purpose of today's webinar is to equip you and your team with the resources to feel prepared before, during, and after our conference. During the webinar, I encourage you to send us an email using the Contact Us widget located on your dashboard with any and all questions that may arise. Our team is more than happy to get back to you within a business day to help address any questions you may have. Additionally, we would greatly appreciate you submitting any feedback to us via the survey widget also located on your dashboard. I'll begin today's webinar by discussing 7 ways to help prepare you and your team for the event. Number 1, prepare your team on site. Who are you sending to the conference from your team? Are they energetic, outgoing? Are they a go-getter? Do they have a positive attitude towards trade shows and views trade shows as an opportunity? Ideally, this person would be a good role model and mentor for other staffers you send to the event. They should also possess great company, product, and market knowledge. Think thoughtfully about your staff to ensure you have a good ratio of salesmen to marketing to leadership in order to align with your company's goals. We recommend having a pre-show meeting with your team. Discuss all objectives and goals for exhibiting at the show, and identify departments, business units, stakeholders that are impacted by your presence. Part of preparing your team for the event is making sure you're scheduling appropriately. Who will be manning the booth during high traffic times? Who will be going into session rooms to learn and network? And who will be attending the cocktail receptions and lunches during the dedicated exhibit hall hours? Our second tip is to review the agenda. A major benefit of our event is that all exhibitor badges have full access to the sessions listed in the agenda. Take a look at the agenda and view it as a way to align your conference objectives and the target audience that you're trying to meet. Our provider attendees are most likely to be found in sessions that are interesting to them. If you look at our agenda, you can view our tracks as an easy guideline to understanding which sessions are most applicable per target audience you're aiming to engage. Review the pre-conference attendee list. As you begin to think about your target audience, think about who you're looking to engage with. You can cross-reference our attendee list with your CRM, marketing automation, and client database platform to see who's attending the event that you may already be in communication with. Set meetings or dinners before the conference. Have them meet at your booth or work with the hotel to get a separate meeting space booked. You can also use the attendee list to send out a direct mailing campaign because all mailing addresses are included in the pre-conference attendee list. Finally, share the attendee list with other members of the company, whether they're attending the event or not. Your sales and leadership departments may have additional insights to share. We also recommend purchasing lead retrieval services. This helps organize the leads generated on site by tracking all of their contact information and gives you the ability to add notes about each prospect. All this information is exportable for ease of use so that you can easily process the information and data at a later date. A huge benefit to using these services is that you'll receive all contact information about any prospect that you scan. This includes mailing address and phone number that are given upon registration and not included in the original pre-conference attendee list. We also recommend that you sign up for a raffle on site. You can let our events team know if you're interested, and we will come by your booth during a cocktail reception with our MC to announce your company name and the raffle winner. We also recommend submitting a tote insert included in the attendee tote bag that it comes with your exhibitor package. You should use this strategically to drive traffic to your booth or to position your company as a thought leader. Finally, we recommend reaching out to Beckers if you're interested in purchasing additional branding. We offer multiple print, digital, and on-site marketing opportunities to increase and enhance your pre-event exposure. Once you have staff, prepped your staff, set meetings, and your marketing materials are aligned, the next step is to prepare your team for the on-site show. Our first recommendation is to attend sessions. As I mentioned, our badges are full access, and we recommend that you attend as many sessions as you can so you can learn and network, even if that means leaving your booth. Outside of our dedicated exhibit hall hours, most provider attendees can be found in these sessions. That aligns closely with staffing your booth appropriately. Becker's has dedicated exhibit hall hours that include networking breaks, lunches, breakfast, and cocktail receptions. All of these events occur inside the exhibit hall and not during normal session agenda time. A huge highlight also is that Becker's provides an open bar during each cocktail reception every evening. You can use this to your advantage from a networking standpoint. You can find all dedicated exhibit hall hours in the conference agenda. We also recommend scheduling meetings before the event or inviting your top prospects to future networking events while you're in town. As we discussed previously, cross-referencing our pre-conference attendee list with your CRM platform is the best way to set meetings prior to the event. Also, as you meet prospects on site, we recommend inviting them out to dinner or drinks in the lobby after the cocktail reception. The more touch points you have with your prospects on site, the better. We also want to make sure that you use your lead retrieval device if you purchase it. You can use this to follow up the same evening or day that you meet someone. And we also recommend writing down notes on the device about who they are and what you talked about so that you can customize your follow-ups to ensure that they're personable and actionable. We also recommend utilizing social media to drive more traffic to your booth. Finally, we recommend bringing your own unique attention grabbers. One of the quickest and most practical things you can do to attract more attendees to your booth is to identify and promote what specifically they will learn by stopping by. You can do this by creating a fun, interactive experience using iPads or hand-on demonstrations. We also recommend you to think outside the box. What would make you want to stop at someone else's booth? Finally, the last item we want to discuss is what you and your team should do post-conference. We highly recommend communicating with your team before you're on site about who is responsible for follow-up after the show. We recommend reaching out in as many ways as possible, via phone, email, LinkedIn, and mailing address. This is when the notes you took earlier on your lead retrieval device come in handy so that you can make your follow-ups more personable. Another idea is to share new content or relatable content with them so that they feel that your follow-up is something of value. If there were prospects that you weren't able to connect with on site, make sure that you're following up with them in a similar fashion. We also recommend adding all of the contacts and prospects that you met on site by adding them into your own CRM and marketing automation platform. Finally, we also recommend giving the post-attendee list to your sales or leadership team as they may have additional insights. Also, feel free to reach out to Becker's if you're interested in attending another event in the future. A lot of our attendees come to multiple events, so it may be a good opportunity to meet them multiple times. This wraps up our webinar for today. A few key takeaways are that preparation is key. We highly encourage you to use our pre-conference attendee list to start marketing your exhibit and to set meetings with prospects prior to the event. We also recommend that you staff your booth appropriately so that part of your team is present at the booth while other members of your team are attending sessions and networking. Finally, we recommend that you follow up with prospects immediately after the event and frequently thereafter. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to our tips and tricks to help make your experience at the show a success. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to having you at the event.